What's up, YouTube? I'm Chalktopus bringing you another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video, and today we're going to primarily talk about DLC because we have some new information from leaks and rumors and Sakurai, the man, the myth, the legend himself, regarding the DLC that is planned, that was announced in the Direct that happened a couple days ago. Just before we get into what Sakurai said, I want to talk about this character, Vergabin, or this person who I only discovered pretty recently and is cited to be the most credible leaker when it comes to Smash, who leaked the Ken Incineroar characters coming to the Direct as the final two, not including Piranha Plant, but posted on GameFAQs, where he primarily posts, he says, and I quote, "I should probably state that," oh man, I'm going to butcher this Japanese name here, but I'm going to try my best, Senjugahara Hitagi, who has a great track record if you look into them on Reddit, and is someone I talk to and cross-check things with since we have met. So he goes on to talk about three characters in particular that have been confirmed, or in some sense have been confirmed, as the first three DLC characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, with the first one being a Square Enix rep, and he says he can vouch that this is definitely happening as the first DLC character, but goes on to talk about how it's either going to be Sora or Slime from the Dragon Quest universe. Now, I don't want to dash the hopes of GENO supporters. I personally am one. You know, I've been a GENO supporter probably since Melee, and has been my most wanted character. But if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, this is just a game, and the game is going to be awesome regardless. Now, I probably will get a lot of "I told you so" comments in the comment section below, but, you know, that's okay. Like I said, it's someone that not only players, but Sakurai has wanted for a long time. But if it doesn't pan out, you know, I don't want to say it's for the best, but it is what it is, and, you know, you just have to take the roster for what it is, and there's still plenty of great things that have been added to the game, you know, characters and stages, mechanics, and, you know, new online modes. It's going to be awesome, regardless of if GENO makes it or not. Now, I'm not going to give up hope because, like I said, you know, you take leaks with a grain of salt, but this person, Vergabin, you might want to take a little bit of a bigger grain of salt, considering he's been right, you know, in the past about multiple things. So, you know, let's move on. If it's not GENO, they're saying it could be Sora, which would be really freaking awesome, but then again, you would have to, you know, have some negotiations with Disney, and I don't know how Disney and Nintendo are right now, being that Nintendo, you know, ended up going with Universal for their theme park, and, you know, working with Illumination for the new animated Super Mario movie that's coming out. So I don't know the status of their relationship, but I do think Sora is still a possibility, and I think that would be incredibly rad. And if I had to pick one Square Enix character to give the GENO spot up to, it would be Sora. Now, moving on to talk about Slime, I don't know much about the Dragon Quest universe or the characters. I just feel like a character like that would be a little underwhelming, and, you know, if you think otherwise, or if I'm wrong, you know, let me know in the comment section below, and I will gladly admit to being wrong. But I don't know what a moveset for a character like that would be. But like I said, I also haven't played many Dragon Quest games. Now, moving on to the second character, this is one that has been talked about a lot, and I can honestly see this happening. You have Steve from Minecraft. Now, Minecraft is a wildly popular game that has been around for a while. I started playing Minecraft when it was Minecraft Vanilla, when it was still an indie game and nobody knew what it was. Now it is on every single console. You could play it on your TI-87 calculator. You can play it on your microwave and your fridge. But I could definitely see this happening. I think Steve could have a pretty unique moveset with all the tools that he uses in Minecraft. Not to mention, a stage would be pretty awesome if there's some kind of build or destroy mechanic. Or even if you have animals and creepers that come as hazards and blow up the stage. I think that'd be pretty awesome. You know, I'd be down for it. But You know, I know a lot of people were angry at the thought of Steve coming in, but keep an open mind and be civil to each other in the comment section. I think it would be cool, and I know how crazy popular Minecraft is, so something like that would probably sell well. The last of the 3 characters that were rumored is one from a game called Grand Blue Fantasy, which I've heard nothing about, but was co-developed by Cygames, who also created Dragalia Lost on mobile, which is also owned by Nintendo. So I could kind of see that happening. Apparently, Nintendo owns about 5% of Grand Blue Fantasy, and the name of the character who is coming is Catalina. I don't know anything about it. I assume it's something similar to Fire Emblem, and maybe she'll have a sword or whatever. I have to look into it. I haven't played Grand Blue Fantasy. I think it's only in Japan, but if it's anything like Dragalia Lost, I'm going to say it's probably going to be another Fire Emblem character, which I'm not too thrilled about, but at the end of the day, Nintendo's the one that's making these decisions. And speaking of Nintendo making decisions, I'm looking at Twitter right now, and as of 5 hours ago, Sakurai, the man, the myth, the legend himself, tweeted in English on his official Twitter account, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC lineup. Sorry, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's DLC lineup is now complete. I cannot read. This time, the selection was made entirely by Nintendo. I decide if we can create a character based on their selection, then we come up with a plan. And then he followed up with another tweet. It's great to dream about your favorite character joining the battle, and I appreciate your passion, but please try to stay on topic when replying to tweets and refrain from flooding us and other users with requests when we're not specifically asking for feedback. Thank you. Okay, so just to break this down, I'm getting a couple things out of this. Nintendo ultimately is the one that has chosen the DLC characters, which also means that they already know who they are. So, the plan is set. It's not like we have to wait a couple more months for them to finalize anything. But Sakurai here is saying that the DLC lineup is now complete. Now, this happened only a couple days after Vergaman posted on GameFAQs, which is kind of how I'm coming 360 here right now. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or if this has to do with the characters starting to leak and people just not liking what they're seeing. But like I said, I don't know. I'm not too crazy about the idea that Nintendo is the one that's ultimately having say on who the characters are, because, that might destroy GENO's hopes, and which would make me incredibly sad, because we'd have to wait for the next Smash game to come around, if there's even going to be another one. Even if Sakurai is not involved, what are the odds? We may never see GENO as a playable character by himself in Smash, if it doesn't happen this time. But like I said, this is completely open for discussion, so drop your thoughts in the comments section below. I do think that there is some credibility to this person, Vergaman, and, we might end up seeing a character like Sora or Slime as the first DLC. But the second tweet is where it really got me, where Sakurai says, it's great to dream about your favorite character joining the battle, and I appreciate your passion, because I'm sure he's gotten endless tweets about characters like GENO and Shadow and Waluigi and Isaac and all these characters that have been very highly requested. And there's just some underlying sentence in there that makes me think that GENO may not actually be coming. And, like I said, it would break my heart, but you still never know. It's still always possible. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, and I'm going to keep my hopes up. Even though it may happen, it may not happen, but the only thing is time will tell. I was talking to Moon Monkey on Twitter, and we're talking about other possible characters that might come, and with the Rabbids being in Smash as a spirit, not to mention you have the Mario and Rabbids game that came out, not to mention that Rayman has been added to the Brawlhalla, which is a smaller indie game, that free-for-all battler, kind of like Smash, but 2D coming to the roster, that it is possible that we might see Rayman, not to mention that this imminent N64 classic, which is apparently going to come out sooner or later, will have a Rayman title on it, which means we might see Rayman as one of those characters. The fifth one, I'm not so sure, but, you know, let me know in the comment section below what you think of all these quote-unquote leaks and, you know, what Sakurai is saying. It's open for discussion. Be civil, be kind to each other, as always. You know, I just did 2 videos on GENO, but you know, I might have to backtrack a little bit here because it might not happen, you know, especially with all the movement that we've seen in the last couple days in regards to, you know, this very notable leaker and what actually Sakurai is saying about Nintendo choosing characters. But that's all we got for this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more Super Smash Bros. Stuff. There's a lot of stuff coming. You know, we only have a couple more weeks till the game, and I can't wait to drop some actual gameplay content and not just discussions. Check me out on social media as well. Tweet at me. You can tell me I told you so. Follow me on Instagram and check me out on Twitch. And we will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Peace.